Hey everybody, this is the very last video in the hip replacement series because I feel like I thought I had the last video, but then I've had a few complications in the last couple of weeks, right around that 4 week mark. And so I feel like after having a big major speed bump, there's a few things that I learned that you gotta know going into hip replacement or knee replacement, major surgery. You have to know these things. And they tell you a lot of things when you're getting ready for a joint replacement, things to have in your house, all the practical things. But this is the mindful stuff. This is the things that maybe we don't think about until we're in it. And so I just want to share with you what I've learned through going through this and being in it. And so the first thing that I feel like you have to know going into this is you have to know yourself really, really well. You have to know the things that bring you joy, the things that trigger you, the things that bring you pleasure, the things that are going to bring you comfort. And you have to know yourself because you will become your best advocate. The biggest thing that you have to know about yourself is your body. You have to know what's going on with your body, the aches and pains that you feel, the fatigue that you feel, all of the things that make up your physical body. You have to pay attention to those nuances because everybody's recovery is going to be very different and unique to them. And you're unique, and I'm unique, and we all have different things going on in our body even without the joint replacement that we have to pay attention to. And those are those tiny things I call the little whisperings of our body. We have to know those things. So knowing you is so important. We spend a lot of time getting to know other people in our life, but we really, most of us, don't really take the time to know ourselves. So, number one thing you must know is you. The second thing that I feel like you must know going into this surgery is you must befriend patients. You must become very comfortable with having patience in your back pocket. You will need it. You'll turn the corner one day. You will feel amazing. There'll be less pain, and then the next day you will be back maybe 3 steps back. Patience will serve you well. It will also come in amazing handiness when dealing with other people because other people are going to expect or want a different timeline of you. And so having patience for yourself and others is going to be a must, huge must. The third thing that I feel like you must know going into this surgery is you must prepare and plan to accomplish something every single day. Accomplishment sends messages to our brain that we're progressing forward. And it doesn't have to be a big deal. It could be taking a shower and putting on clean clothes. That's your accomplishment. It could be painting your nails, reading a book, sitting in the sunshine, preparing a light meal, checking your email, sending some messages, making that phone call that you've been putting off forever, organizing something, sitting at your desk and organizing the piles of unread mail, anything every single day, anything that you do that is sending an energy to you and your life and your body that you are accomplishing something can be very empowering. When I met with my surgeon yesterday over a complication that I'm having, he looked me directly in the eye and he said, I need you to stay positive. The way that I stay positive every day is accomplishing something. And finding those small things to accomplish every day has been so useful for me going forward. So that is a must know for this surgery. And the fourth and final thing I feel like we must know is we must know the boundaries that we can have as human beings around all of the experts in our lives. We all have experts. We have people that know more, that have been through it before, that want to put their opinions in your experience, your healing, and knowing that they all mean well. Most of them mean well. If they mean well, if they're coming from the advantage of wanting you to be well, that's good. And you can say things like, thank you so much for offering that advice, or I'll think about that. That's something to think about. But if you feel like the experts in your world are not coming from the place of compassion and love, you have every single right to say, that's not useful to me. And that's a boundary that you can have in the experts. You can also have your own boundaries around getting on Google and looking up whatever. That is a boundary of external experts that probably don't know you or your body or your experience. So, 4 things you must know. You must know yourself. You must become familiar with patience. You must accomplish something every single day, tiny little accomplishment. And you must know boundaries. You must know that you have the empowerment voice to say what you need and to not get inundated by experts. I have found the more opinions that you have coming at you in your life probably is just going to stress you out. At least it does me. So, happy healing. You got this. We have covered a lot in this series, from tips and tricks to mindful movement to just some of the things that I have found useful in this process of healing, the mindful aspect of healing. And I know that you can do this. I know that it's hard. It's really hard. I thought I would be way further along at the 6 week point than I am. And a lot of that is because so many people said to me, oh, you're going to fly through this. Look how strong you are. Look how great you are. You're going to fly through this. You're going to be better in no time. I appreciate the encouragement. I appreciate the positivity, but I know my body. I know how I heal. So I hope that this series has given you just a little insight as to how we can take the practical tools that the surgeon and the PTs give us and have that in our toolbox, but also fill our toolbox with things like mindfulness and movement and the things that matter on the day to day. I mean, not that that stuff doesn't matter, but just doing something for ourselves every day that feel good. Self-care is so important during this time. So go back into the videos. They're all here on the YouTube channel, starting with the very first hip replacement update. And we have some tips and tricks, things that I learned early on, first couple of weeks. We have self-care, we have movement, and then this final one is the 4 must-knows for hip replacement. So thanks for tagging along through this journey, and I hope that it's been useful. Feel free to drop me comments and messages, because a couple of the videos, I got some great comments from people who were getting ready to do this or were in the process of it. And it's just been really great to see that we are definitely not alone in this. So continue to heal, continue to get better, continue to be mindful, and you'll get there. I promise you'll get there. I'll get there. We'll all get there. All right. Happy healing. Take care and be